The 10 suggestions. 1. Do the obvious. There are entire industries devoted to personal growth, biohacking, and self-help. Most of them distract from the broader human project. Rather than getting overwhelmed by all of the options for optimization, just do the obvious. Sleep deeply, move frequently, eat real food, get outside, bathe often, play music, breathe deeply, grieve fully, make love, give thanks. You can put all that extra time and money left over toward living a vitalized and engaged life. Number 2, don't do stupid shit. We've never had more access to such powerful, transformative technologies free of guidance or restrictions. In this brave new world, we're all operating on our own recognizance. So, no matter what, when playing with the Alchemist cookbook, don't accidentally end up in a cult, a body bag, a jail cell, divorce court, rehab, or a mental institution. You'll ruin it for the rest of us and provide an excuse for the Puritans itching to shut it all down. Sometimes those setbacks happen for other reasons in life and deserve full support for anyone undergoing them. That's not what we're talking about here. Like mountaineers and big wave surfers, would-be alchemists should know what they're getting into before they go, or they'll create accidents others have to clean up. Number 3, let the mystery stay the mystery. The more you plumb the depths of the mysto, the more you realize that it isn't something to be mastered or mapped. It really is turtles all the way up, down, and sideways. If you compare the accounts of the cartographers of the sacred through the ages, you quickly realize they're wildly different. Their experiences were mediated by biology, the filters of selfhood, culture, and the prison house of language. The answer is never the answer, Ken Kesey once said. What's really interesting is the mystery. If you seek the mystery instead of the answer, you'll always be seeking. I've never seen anybody find the answer, but they think they have. So they stop thinking. But the job is to seek mystery, evoke mystery, plant a garden in which strange plants and mysteries bloom. The need for mystery is greater than the need for an answer. Number 4, 80-20, awoken to broken. Because those early hits of ecstasis are so powerful, we are tempted to burn the remaining 80% of our energy, chasing the long tail of our imagined perfectibility. The reality is, we're human, and being human contains an irreducible amount of grief and pain. So rather than waste all that time trying to get our heads above the clouds, let's look behind us and help some less fortunate people get their heads above water. Go to the intersection of our trauma and our talent, where we most acutely feel the wound of the world and have the skills to do something about it. All we need is that 80% initial hit to remember what we forgot and what we're here to do. And then, go do it. Number 5, fuck your journey. Or as St. Paul put it more encouragingly, love keeps no record of wrong. Whatever chain of events got us to the deep now is redeemed as an essential part of our path and utterly irrelevant compared to the exquisite quality of the moment we're blessed to share. We're all here, now, or we're not, and no amount of talking will change that fact. So stop being a carpetbagger of catharsis, rehashing your breakdowns and breakthroughs. Show us how much you've grown, but dear God, please stop telling us. Number 6, do the hard thing. If you're focusing on peak states, which often feel easy and effortless, you may get tricked into thinking that's how it should be all the time. But that's not how it works. Fortune, Louis Pasteur observed, favors the prepared. Or, as Mark Twain said, if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, eat the biggest one first. If you want more flow, bliss, or grace in your life, tackle the gnarliest shit head on. The Stoics were right about this one. The obstacle is the way. Number 7, never lose the one. When musicians solo, they can improvise freely, provided they can come back to the chorus on the beat, aka the beginning of the measure, or the one. In fact, the further from it they roam, the funkier the jam. But lose the one, and it all falls apart. Same goes for athletes in action sports, where the one is their center of gravity, or hara, or dantian in martial arts. They can flip, spin, and twist through the air, and as long as they remain centered, they can stomp the landing. It's the same for the far reaches of metaphysical exploration. You can go anywhere you want, and think anything you want, as long as you can make it back to the last known point of consensus reality, the one. So get funky, tweak it out, riff freely, but be sure to stick the landing. Number 8, and it's not that either. Whenever we think we've found it, we get a huge dopamine hit of pattern recognition and a sense of certainty that it's all overwhelmingly true for us in that moment. But whenever you take a lowercase truth and presume it's the capital T truth, it becomes false just by overstating the claim. You can no more become fully enlightened then you can become fully educated. Take your insights for what they are, integrate them, and keep going. Number 9, practice resurrection. Tibetan monks spend their entire lives meditating, so at the moment of dying they can stay awake in the bardos and step off the wheel of reincarnation for good. But what if we were to practice that every day? What if we practiced dying to our stories, our pain, and our pleasure? Dying to our rightness, to our wrongness. Dying every moment and living into the deep now. It's a radical practice. Psychedelics, meditation, sexuality, martial arts, and extreme sports all can become death practices. So practice resurrection. Die to all of it, and see who we are on the other side. Number 10, above all, be kind. This one comes from Aldous Huxley on his deathbed on 200 micrograms of LSD. He held his wife Laura's hand and delivered 4 words. Above all, be kind. None of it matters if we forget this part. It's worth returning to again and again.